Mods are the secret sauce that keep games fresh, fun and unexpected. They overhaul graphics, add all new content, or turn the game into something completely new. The modding community always has us covered. These are the top 10 best moddable games on PC. Minecraft is perhaps the most popular modded game, and my subscribers wouldn't be happy with me if I didn't feature it. One of the most popular mod packs is RLcraft, a brutally hard survival overhaul that adds dragons, thirst mechanics, and tougher mobs, making it into a true hardcore experience. On the other hand, if you're into automation and tech, mods like Applied Energistics 2, Thermal Expansion, and Mechanism let you build sprawling factories, automate crafting, and turn Minecraft into a technical masterpiece. My favourite technology mods are Industrial Craft 2 and Buildcraft, mods that were part of my favourite mod pack, Tech It Classic, which lets you create some amazing things, especially with the equivalent Exchange mod that lets you duplicate and transmute items. Explorers will love mods like the Twilight Forest and the Aether, which add entirely new dimensions filled with dungeons, bosses and loot. Want to make the game look jaw-droppingly gorgeous? You can install shader packs like BSL shaders or Sonic Ether's Unbelievable shaders for stunning lighting and visuals, paired with higher res resource packs like Faithful or BD Craft for a more cartoon haul. And let's not forget the mod packs that bring everything together. Packs like All the Mods, Sky Factory and FTB Revelation bundle hundreds of mods all into cohesive experiences for players to easily get started with modding. It's thanks to tools like the original Risagami's mod loader, Minecraft Forge, and more newer mod loaders like Fabric and Rift that make Minecraft mods be easy to install, manage and customize. No longer do we have to open up the minecraft.jar file and throw in some files and delete the meta.inf file. If you know, you know. Shout out to my Minecraft OGs. Terraria is already a true labour of love with hundreds of hours of content, but mods turn it into an endless playground. One of the most popular mods, a total conversion, is the Calamity mod, which turns it into an epic boss-filled RPG with all new biomes, hundreds of weapons and items, tougher enemies, and an extended endgame loop. If you want a challenge, Calamity delivers insane bosses like the Devourer of Gods or Supreme Witch Calamitas that makes a perfect challenge for veteran players, especially on the higher difficulties. For more of a relaxed experience, other content mods like Thorium offer additional content with new classes, items and storylines while staying true to the core feel, with T-Mod Loader being the saving grace that lets us actually mod the game in the first place, paired with the Terraria Workshop. For better visuals, texture packs like the Calamity texture pack and mods like Terraria Overhaul revamp the game and give it a fresh look, whilst quality of life mods like Recipe Browser and Magic Storage make exploring and crafting much smoother. Valve's iconic zombie co-op shooter has stood the test of time at this point, part in fact due to its thriving mod community. While the base game is already a classic, the Steam Workshop takes it to a whole new level. Want to swap out the tank for Shrek? Done. Turn your survivors into a band of anime characters? Go for it. From custom campaigns like the legendary Helm's Deep Reborn, to new weapons, maps and ridiculous character skins, there's no shortage of ways to customize your apocalypse. But mods aren't just about chaos. There's also community-made campaigns like Dark Carnival Remix and the Parish Overgrowth that expand the gameplay with new challenges, improved AI, and fresh new ways to survive the undead hordes. The workshop collections are incredible, packing together a bunch of mods as a mod pack to overhaul the game. You can turn Left 4 Dead into a completely different game, like the Halo pack, letting you transform it into a Gravemind controlled flood survival game in the Halo universe, or the Apex pack, letting you use some weapons from Apex or Titanfall 2. And I can't not mention the Minecraft pack that turns all the melee weapons into Minecraft tools, blocky zombies, and the special infected as Minecraft mobs like the Iron Golem, Enderman, Zombie Pigman or Creeper. And if you pair this pack with the Deathcraft 2 map, you have a perfect Minecraft zombie survival game in the palm of your hands. Now if you're looking for a full visual upgrade, mods like Dynamic Light and the HD texture packs can make Left 4 Dead 2 look better than ever. Whether you're battling zombies with Gandalf's staff or playing through a custom-made horror story, mods will keep Left 4 Dead 2 alive probably for decades to come. One of my absolute favourite games of all time from my childhood, Garry's mod is essentially a modding playground, thanks to its Lua programming language that it's built upon. Gmod gives you a blank slate and the tools to create anything you can imagine. Back in the old days, games like Game Banana, previously FPS Banana, and Garry'sMods.org were the way place to install mods, with the Gmod workshop on Steam now being the treasure trove for the thousands of community-made creations you can download. Gmod has so many amazing mods, called add-ons, and its game modes, one of the categories, are so diverse. TTT is a timeless classic, and it's one of my old school favourites. For Zoomers, it's basically like Among Us, where you have to pretend you're not an imposter, but in this case, a traitor, and use your traitor gear and weapons to eliminate all of the innocent players before they figure you out, before the round ends. And one of the most legendary is Dark RP, another old but gold. A roleplay mod where you can play as a job, like a gun dealer to sell arms, or work for the government as a police officer, or the mayor, which began as a Half-Life 2 roleplay mode way back in the day. Some of the popular mods include WireMod, a tool that lets you create basically anything, from working elevators to functioning circuits and machinery. Nextbots that are AI enemies and characters that will chase you across the maps in some terrifying or interesting ways, basically NPCs with improved AI sets. Or popular weapon packs like M9K weapons that have an impressive array of different guns and weapons. Skyrim is a cultural phenomenon. I mean, they've remastered it enough times at this point. Skyrim mods come in all shapes and sizes, and thanks to tools like the Skyrim Nexus and the Steam Workshop for the old version of the game, installing mods is pretty simple. Well, sometimes. Want better graphics? Mods like Static Mesh Improvement Mod and Skyrim HD 2K textures can transform the game's visuals, whilst EMB presets bring more realistic lighting, reflections and shadows to every inch of Tamriel. For new content, mods like Falskar and Beyond Skyrim add new massive regions filled with quests, characters and dungeons, essentially full expansions made entirely by fans. And if you want to overhaul the mechanics, mods like Ordinator give you a completely redesigned perk system, whilst mods like True Directional Movement make combat feel more fluid and challenging. Of course, Skyrim requires some chaos, so mods like Immersive Dragons crank up the epic dragon battles, while the more meme-worthy mods like Macho Man Dragons replace Alduin with, you've guessed it, Macho Man Randy Savage. Whether you want a hardcore survival RPG with mods like Frostfall and Campfire, or if you're just here for the memes, Skyrim has it all. Zomboid delivers the most immersive hardcore zombie apocalypse experience that you'll ever find, and its modding scene takes it even further. From quality of life improvements to game-changing overhauls, Zomboid adds all of it. Want more realistic survival mechanics? Mods like Hydrocraft expand the crafting into hundreds of items, letting you create tools, machinery and even furniture. Prefer a little more chaos? The Superb Survivors mod introduces NPC companions and hostile survivors, turning the world into a dynamic, unpredictable playground. To spice up the visuals, you can use a mod like Authentic Z to bring detailed zombie variety, or AIZ expansions to expand the world with all new towns and areas to explore. Need vehicles? The Filibuster Rhymes used car mod adds in a ton of new drivable cars with unique designs and functionality. For a completely fresh experience, Britta's Weapons Pack lets you wield an arsenal of firearms, with PZ expanded, introducing new traits, professions and gameplay systems to make each playthrough feel different. Fallout 4's post-apocalyptic sandbox and sprawling wasteland is already packed with content, but there's a bunch of mods that take it to a next level experience. Visual overhauls are a good start. Mods like Vivid Fallout and True Storms enhance textures, lighting and weather effects to make the wasteland more stunning and immersive. Pair these with EMB presets like PRC or Photorealistic Commonwealth, and you'll forget you're playing a game made in 2015, which sounds weird to say. If you're craving new content, mods like Sim Settlements 2 completely overhaul the game's settlement building mechanics, turning base building into a more fleshed out city management system, complete with quests and NPCs. Then there's the Fusion City Resign, which is a massive story-driven mod that introduces new areas, factions and challenges, essentially creating a DLC-sized experience. Just like Fallout London, the latest in total conversion mods, taking you from America to England to experience the gritty post-apocalyptic streets of London, one of the most highly anticipated mod releases of the recent months. Want a more immersive challenge for survival? The Frost Survival Simulator, or Horizon, reworks the entire game into more of a hardcore survival RPG experience, where resource management, combat and exploration feel both gritty and realistic. Meanwhile, weapon and armor packs like Modern Firearms and Cross mods add a variety of higher quality gear to upgrade your arsenal. And just like Skyrim, for meme's sake, there's classics like Deathclaw Thomas the Tank Engine, or the mod that replaces your dialogue with sarcastic responses only, because why not? Before there was Skyrim, there was Oblivion, and if you were growing up as a millennial like me, there was Morrowind. One of the biggest modding achievements for Morrowind has to be the Morrowind overhaul, which transforms its visuals with upgraded textures, lighting improvements, and detailed character models, making it look better than ever. To go further, there's Tamriel Rebuild, which expands the world, adding new lands and quests based on the lore of the original game. It's like getting free DLC to bring Morrowind back to life. Combat is another area where mods shine. Mods like the Morrowind code patch and better balanced combat streamline the game's dated mechanics, improving the hit detection and making the combat more modernized and feel smoother and more responsive. And let's not forget about OpenMW, a community developed engine replacement that modernizes Morrowind by making it more stable, optimized and easier to mod. For content expansions, mods like the Rise of House Telvanni and Jewel and Ashlander Companion introduce entirely incredible new stories, characters and quest lines, fleshing out the world even further. If you're into role-playing, you'll find endless tweaks like better dialogue font and immersive additions like Living Cities of Vardenfell, which breathe new life into the game's towns and NPCs. Night City is an immersive world, but there's a bunch of cool mods for Cyberpunk to make it even better. For visuals, mods like the Cyberpunk 2077 HD Reworks project refine textures, whilst the natural lighting mod adjusts the lighting accordingly to make the game look even more stunning, perfect to capture the neon-soaked vibes of Night City. On the gameplay side of things, mods like Tweak XL and Red 40 XT are frameworks that open the door for countless new additions. You can also add mods like vehicle combat, letting you battle enemies whilst driving, or enhance police systems that make law enforcement more realistic and a little more challenging. For a richer RPG experience, there's mods like life path bonuses and gang corp traits that make your choices in character creation more meaningful, while street style factors your clothing style in your gameplay bonuses for some more immersion. Customizable cars lets you pimp your ride, whilst the playable guitar lets you rock out in the streets. If you're a fan of other universes, a very fitting mod is Blade Runner Reshade or Cyberpunk Edge Runners to dive into some of your other favourite Cyberpunk worlds. With tools like RedMod and support from CD Projekt Red, modding Cyberpunk has never been easier. Mount & Blade is one of the best medieval sandbox RPGs with epic battles, castle sieges and a dynamic feudal world to explore. One of the most iconic mods is Star Wars Conquest, which swaps out the medieval knights for stormtroopers, Jedi and Sith, letting you conquer the galaxy in epic sci-fi battles across iconic locations with a full Star Wars makeover, including planets, ships, factions and legends. For those who want more strategy, mods like Diplomacy refine the political systems, giving deeper options for alliances, vessel management and trade. Florist Mod Pack combines multiple enhancements for improved visuals to better troop management for a more polished, expanded experience. A sandbox masterpiece that's timeless at this point. One of its most iconic mods is the LSPDFR First Response mod, putting you in the shoes of a police officer, letting you patrol the streets, respond to crimes and enforce the law however you see fit. On the other hand, for full-scale anarchy, Simple Zombies turns Los Santos into a post-apocalyptic survival nightmare where you'll fend off hordes of the undead, unbox airdrop crates and fight to survive. For visuals, Natural Vision Evolved and Quant 5 are stunning graphics overhauls that make the game look hyper-realistic with improved lighting, shadows and textures that push graphics to new heights. And with the release of the new GTA 5 Expanded Edition on Steam this month, it makes more sense than ever to always look for improved visuals. There's fun mods of course. You can turn the game into a superhero playground with Iron Man suits and Spider-Man swinging mechanics, and the Chaos mod takes up a notch by triggering a random insane event every few seconds, keeping you on your toes with explosions, car launches or gravity flips. GTA Online was a wasteland for the longest time, and even though now it's far better after they added a new anti-cheat, 5M is unbeatable, offering custom servers with roleplay, drifting and racing communities, adding new ways to explore multiplayer with friends. San Andreas has a special place in my heart, and for all the late 90s kids growing up in the early 2000s like me, this was our jam. SA DirectX 2.0 brings modern lighting, reflections and weather effects, translating San Andreas into a near photorealistic experience. For new gameplay, the GTA 5 HUD for SA and Insanity vehicles give the game a complete facelift with an updated UI and some vehicles inspired by GTA 5. But the total conversion mods take San Andreas to the next level. For example, GTA Underground merges multiple Rockstar worlds. We're talking Vice City, Liberty City, and even Bully's Bulworth map, all into a single seamless map, so you can explore and cause chaos across multiple games in one world. Dropping into Liberty City now, with its gritty realism and its darker tone, it's the perfect backdrop for fun. Ice Enhancer is a mod that overhauls the visuals with improved textures, lighting, and atmospheric effects, transforming Liberty City into one of the most stunning virtual cities. I have some great memories with my best friends in my early teen years messing around with a simple native trainer mod in private lobbies. It lets you spawn vehicles, enable cheats, and experiment with the physics. Speaking of which, you can also check out the realistic vehicle pack to replace the in-game cars with real-world models, and use GTA 4 Remastered to combine graphics and quality of life tweaks to modernize the game. Stalker is known for its setting in the haunting Chernobyl exclusion zone and its atmospheric world with brutal difficulty and immersive survival mechanics. One of the most incredible mods is Stalker Anomaly. It's a standalone overhaul that combines elements from all three original games, Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat, into one massive sandbox with new factions, dynamic AI, survival mechanics, and endless replayability. For visuals, Autumn Aurora 2 and Lost Alpha provide a massive graphical upgrade, introducing new lighting systems, textures, and weather effects that make the zone look more immersive and terrifying than ever. Story-driven fans of the lore can dive into NLC 7 or Dead Air, both mods that expand on the existing lore with deeper narratives and challenges. And for a more modernized experience, Gamma integrates survival mechanics, crafting systems, and an extended sandbox progression for hardcore players looking for an ultimate challenge. Knights of the Old Republic is the ultimate RPG. One of the most essential mods is KOTOR 1 Restoration mod, which brings back a lot of the cut content and quests that didn't quite make it into the final original release. From restored dialogue and hidden items to additional missions, it's the closest thing to playing a director's cut of the game. To modernize its visuals, HD textures and high resolution character models mods give it a stunning facelift, and when they're paired with widescreen fixes and shader mods, the game looks crisper and more vibrant than ever on modern systems. For some gameplay tweaks, JC's Jedi robes and weapons overhaul add new gear, lightsabers, and customization options to make your character feel even more unique. And to make your playthrough more challenging or immersive, difficulty overhaul mods and AI improvements bring the gameplay up to more recent standards. One of the most iconic FPS games of all time, Half-Life 2 had to make this list, with the most iconic of mods perhaps being Garry's mod, which of course made its own placement on this list as it evolved into its own standalone phenomenon. The Stanley Parable, a narrative-driven masterpiece, also started out as a simple mod, and it became one of the most critically acclaimed games of its niche. For more action, Minerva Metastasis is a fan-made mod that delivers an incredible story campaign with a Valve-level polish to it, whilst Black Mesa completely reimagined the original first Half-Life game within the Source engine, with modern stunning visuals and enhanced gameplay. Entropy 02 lets you step into the shoes of a Combine soldier in a gritty, thrilling dark narrative that turns the series on its head, a sequel to the original. Visual enhancement mods like Half-Life 2 Update gives the game a modern glow-up with better lighting and visuals without touching the core gameplay quite as much as some mods like the cinematic mod do. For something totally unique, Neo Tokyo is a mod that transforms Half-Life 2 into a total tactical cyberpunk multiplayer experience, and it's one that was quite overlooked. Stardew Valley is a charming farming sim that's delightful, but even better with mods. One of the most popular mods is Stardew Valley Expanded. It's a massive content overhaul that adds new areas, characters, and quests, turning Stardew into an even more immersive and sprawling experience. This mod is an absolute must to add more depth. For extended customization, mods like seasonal outfits and diverse Stardew Valley let you change how the villagers look and dress, with Elle's animal replacements allowing for customization of your farm animals. You can also make the game look more stunning too by using foliage redone and vibrant pastoral recolor for a fresh, colourful aesthetic overlay. Gameplay mods such as Automate make running your farm easier by connecting machines to chests for better production chains, with better ranching helping you to manage livestock with with visual indicators and auto-feeding options. Ridgeside Village adds a new take on the endgame, introducing a brand new town with unique characters, events and secrets. There are some quirky mods too though, like replacing animals with dinosaurs, or even turning your horse into a rideable scooter. After waiting years and years, we finally got all of the Halo games on PC, and it couldn't be better. With the release of the MCC modding kit tools and the Steam Workshop, Halo MCC PC's mods have really come far from the beginning. For some chaotic fun, Cursed Halo Again is a hilarious overhaul of Combat Evolved that replaces familiar mechanics and weapons with more absurd alternatives, like weird grenade effects or a 2D plasma rifle. You'll laugh as much as you'll rage in this one, and it's a pretty trippy experience. For multiplayer mayhem, Halo Craft brings some Minecraft inspired maps, blending the blocky world of Minecraft with the high octane action of Halo. Furthermore, the Battlefront pack transforms MCC into a Star Wars shooter, adding in iconic maps like Geonosis, Hoth and the Death Star, letting you battle out in the Star Wars galaxy using Halo mechanics. But my favourite mod though is the Ultimate Firefight series. It's a custom mode for Halo 3 inspired by the SPV3 mod, which was a Combat Evolved mod. It introduces a roguelike progression system with features like random enemy squads, hero unlocks and special boss waves, which offers pretty endless replayability. You'll face flood invasions, elite zealots and even scarabs on the Sandtrap map from Halo 3, all while earning powerful rewards and using the game's dynamic drop pod respawn system. These are the best moddable games on PC that prove the power of community creativity. Which of these games have you modded before? And do you have a favourite mod, either from this list or one that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. I try my best to make these free videos as good as possible, and all I ask is for you to please subscribe if you found a mod that you liked or enjoyed from the video, and if you want me to make a part 2, click the like button. If I get 1,000 likes, I'll cover some other games and their mods too. And before you go, check out one of these 2 videos on screen. Here's my latest upload and also a recommendation just for you that YouTube thinks you'll love. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.